of writing the best academic paper. Yes. Now we will have a quick recap of what we did in the previous class so that we can proceed. So in my previous FDP, I made a lecture on plagiarism. What plagiarism is, how serious this plagiarism is it a serious crime or a minor crime? What are the consequences of plagiarism? What will be named or labeled as a plagiarized text? What are the consequences? How it is punished? What are the minor punishments? So how these minor punishments, the plagiarist is able to overcome all these as time goes, time heals certain things. And what is the major punishment that is given to a plagiarist? And I also remember introducing you to the word retraction, retract. I also posted a link called Retraction Watch. And I think many of the participants, you went through the website. So Retraction Watch is, for those of them who were not able to attend the session, Retraction Watch is one website that is run by the government. There a big team is appointed. Sorry. A big team is appointed. And their job is to collect all the papers from all national as well as international journals across the globe, across the world, those papers that are getting retracted. So once they collect, their next job is they go through the paper and check as to where the retraction has, what is the reason behind this retraction. So where this plagiarism has taken place, they highlight it on the website. Okay. And on the other hand, we saw, as I was stating this in the previous FDP, I was able to sense that many participants, you took it very seriously and you felt like it was all threatening. But what you feel is actually true. But on the other hand, we can also say that even the best scientists, they have got almost 3 or 4 of their papers being retracted. We also saw that, yes. Being retracted. So coming up to the next part. Next part is, so we saw how this retraction takes place, how the journal has got a team of judges, and how the editor deals with it, how the retraction actually takes place. You are given almost 6 months to 1 year of time for all these case judgments to take place. So everything was falling into place, right? Yes. Then we also checked that. How serious plagiarism can turn out. And on the other hand, we also see like how because of the maybe the rise of AI, the AI generated content, and because of how people start working with people cannot actually work without the help of AI. This plagiarism is increasing. The count is increasing, and naturally you have many papers that get plagiarized, like they have more plagiarized content with them, and they get naturally retracted. So we all saw these in the previous class. Next is, yes. Okay. So next I can talk about today. So just before jumping into as to how you communicate with journals, how you select journals, how you identify journals, and how you communicate with them, I just thought of starting up with book chapters. So what are these book chapters? Have you heard something called these book chapters before? Anyone? Chapters? Okay, no. And Janki madam, I shared the 3 book chapters, the brochures with you now. Is there any possibility to share all these to them? You will maintain any WhatsApp group?
Ma'am, I will share in WhatsApp group.
Okay, can you do it now?
Participants WhatsApp group. I will share.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I'll wait for some time. Yes. So hope you have received these 3 brochures in your WhatsApp group. Okay. See, book
Yes,
chapters.
ma'am. I have shared in WhatsApp.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So we always aim for, as I told you, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 journals, and we go in for Scopus Index journals. We at times, like as I told you, in the previous class, someone asked where to start, how to start. I told you first start writing. First start writing. Now, what is the purpose of book chapters, and how you are benefited because of book chapters? What is the, so that's what I'll be dealing with today for today's session. That will be the topic. What is the purpose of writing chapters, and how you are benefited? How you are benefited. Okay, how you are benefited. So, to those of them who asked where to start and when to start, I told you you can start writing and always focus on Q3, Q4 papers, or to be very frank, you can straight away focus on Q4 papers. You can focus on Q4 papers. So Q4 papers may demand any amount between 20 to 30. Okay, 20 to 30, not more than that. 20,000 to 30,000. That's it. So you also get a space of almost 3 months to 4 months of time where your paper gets published. Some journals are even more quicker. They publish it in 15 or 20 days of time, or at times a month's time, not more than that. Yes, okay. Now, how many of you feel writing a Q4 paper itself is tough? You can be very, very frank. Please don't bother about others. Okay, we are all sailing on the same boat. Okay, but the end of the journey, the aim of all of us is to achieve something at the end of the day. Yeah, tell me. I feel okay, good. Thank you, Miss Sarah, for being very frank. You can be very
Ma'am,
honest.
I also feel same thing.
You also feel the same thing. Okay, fine. So there is another way for those people. Yeah, another way to help you out for those people who still struggle to get a paper published in Q4. Okay, Q4 papers, they are quality papers. I don't say, like, I'm not demeaning Q4 journals. Okay, they have their own value. They have their own quality. Okay, Q4 is like it is like helping you to quicken up the pace in which it is getting published. But they don't expect pakka quality papers like Springer or Nature journals, or say Taylor and Francis. No, not like that. Okay. So for those people, for those research scholars who feel, ma'am, I do not know how to write. I have not got that flair for writing. I have a research problem. My area of literature is clear. My area of specialization is very clear. I have read the novel almost thrice. Primary source, once again. Primary source, I have read thrice. I have done the literature review. Secondary sources are there. What methodology also I have identified. data is there, analysis is done, theories I have applied, everything is there. Okay, but it's in bits and pieces. Okay, like a collage. You have literature review, you have references, you have methodology, you know the research problem, you also have the finding here and there, but you are not able to gel it together, and you do not know how to write. You write, but the editor says the reviewer has rejected your paper. So for those scholars who are struggling, book chapter is one solution. Book chapter is one solution. So what are these book chapters? Book chapters, there's a lot of difference between book chapters and journals. Okay, book chapters, they have lesser weightage when compared to journals. They have a lesser weightage when compared to journals. But book chapters, whatever you write for a journal is what you write for a book chapter as well. Whatever you write for a journal is what you write for a book chapter as well. And then what is the difference? In book chapter, you will get individual attention. That I can promise. So, you understand what I'm saying? You will get individual attention, because if you take a book chapter, one book chapter will be edited and it will be published by at least 3 authors. 3 authors, okay? 3 very reputed authors. And though you may have many brochures coming up like this, the maximum number of papers a book chapter, like a book can have for book chapters, is 10. Maximum is 10. At times even 10 is too much. They keep it just 8. You understand what I'm saying? So 8 papers in a book, or 8 book chapters in a book compiled together, which is published by, say, 2 editors, 2 authors, or 3 authors. So now, are you able to at least realize the individual attention you will get? So if it's like, say, 8 book chapters are to be, book chapters are to be published, and the editors involved are, say, 2 or say 3. So one author will be reading say 2 to 3 papers. 3 papers at the max. I'm sorry, book chapters. My battery is running out. I'll just dump the charge and get back. 1 second. Okay. So the first thing that a book chapter, I have, there are a few spelling mistakes in my chat message. Kindly excuse. Okay. So when it comes to book chapters, the first step that they do is they come up with a brochure. Okay, they come up with a brochure. Almost all the dates are mentioned in the brochure. For example, can we take up, yes, this. Maybe we can deal with one brochure at a time. Can you just open up the first brochure, call for book chapters, digital technology and language teaching, exploring new frontiers in language education? Have you opened? Have you opened? Shall I proceed? Okay. So first is they have mentioned the major topic of the book chapter. So what is the major topic here? Digital technology and language teaching, exploring new frontiers in language education. So when a brochure comes like this, don't immediately throw it out saying it's not my area of interest. This is what many of us do, including me. Okay. ELT is not my topic. My topic is gender studies. I'll write when a book chapter on gender studies is coming. When that brochure comes, I'll write. Don't have such an attitude. We just see the topic alone.
Excuse me,
Yes,
ma'am, there is some background noise from your end. Please check, ma'am.
1 second.
So first thing is, once you see the topic, please don't throw out the brochure saying that it's not my area of interest, it's not my area of specialization. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Okay. Whatever topic it comes, just start reading further. So next they say, who is the press that is involved in the publication? CRC Press, Taylor and Francis Group, Routledge, Elsevier Scopus. Okay. So these are the possible publications they are having establishing a tie-up with. Okay. Important deadlines. Abstract submission approximately 150 to 200 words, and the last date is April 12th, 2025. Okay. So approximately, when it comes approximately, always chosen for the lower range of words, 150 words. 150 words. So on April 12th, you are submitting your abstract. And I remember on day 2, I told you as to how you have to design your abstract. Then full chapter submission. So again, they give you almost 2 months of time, June 15th. Acceptance notification on August 1st. Camera ready submission August 10th. Scope of the book. Now we will see what you will be able to write. The primary objective of this book is to explore the transformative impact of digital technology in language teaching and learning. This involves exploring the latest research, innovations, and best practices to enhance language education outcomes. The ultimate goal is to improve the overall educational experience for language educators and learners. Effective technology integration can facilitate personalized learning, increase accessibility, and foster global connections. By examining the role of digital technology in language education, educators and learners can gain valuable insights for enhancing teaching and learning practices. Topics of interest specifically focused but not limited to these topics. So, introduction to theoretical foundations of digital language teaching, historical development of digital language teaching, key concepts and theories and DLT, cognitive and social theories of learning in digital environments, digital literacy for language teachers, best practice innovative approaches for learners as well, AI enhanced language teaching tools and techniques, implementing AI in language teaching, practical ideas and strategies, role of AI in DLTA, leveraging social media for language learning, benefits and challenges, case studies of social media platforms in language learning, integrating technology into task-based language learning, assessing and evaluating technology-mediated TBLT, implementing digital game-based language learning in the classroom, case studies of digital game-based language learning, virtual and augmented reality in language education, implementing and evaluating VR and AR in language education, language learning in digital environments, methods and tools, digital storytelling for language learning and cultural exchange, collaborative tools and technologies in digital language teaching, digital collaboration, community engagement and language learning, evaluating digital language learning tools and platforms, assessing language learner engagement and motivation in digital environments, effectiveness of DLT, research and evaluation, potential risks and languages, challenges associated with DLL, mitigating the risks of digital language teaching, future directions in digital language teaching, redesigning language curriculum for the digital age. So you have the editor details, submissions are open at, so an email ID has been sent. So when you send a mail, just with the abstract that you send, they will say if you can further proceed in writing the full paper. So if you don't get a response or if you're getting a negative response, just stop there. You can refine an abstract and you can find for more brochures on book chapters. Okay. If it is selected, work on it. You have 2 months of time, work on it. See as to how it's going to work. So when you submit a full length paper, they come with lot of reviews, which is really helpful. They will openly say like, we made a content generated software check and we found that these 2 paragraphs are plagiarized. They will openly say, okay, they have got nothing to hide because you just have in your mind that you are getting individual attention. That's all. Just keep that in your mind. Now, at times we do have slow learners in our class. Yes, what do we do? Or we have native language learners. They are not.
And we arrange remedial class for them.
Good.
For slow learners.
Yes. Right. Okay. The book chapters are just like that. They will tune you, fine tune you. It will be like you'll be getting a lot of reviews. At times they may openly say like, your paper is good, it's accepted. It will be a sweet surprise for you. So once again, I'm saying the way you write for a journal and the way you write for a book chapter are one and the same. There is no much difference. And when compared to a book, when compared to a journal, book chapters, they carry a lesser weightage, but they refine you for the better. That alone you can keep in your mind. Okay. We'll see one more brochure. I'm taking up the last brochure. Call for book chapters. Okay. It openly says it is a Scopus indexed book series, Sustainable Development Goals, Springer, Malgrave Macmillan, call for chapters. So they openly state there is no fees involved. Book title is Digital Aging for Sustainable Development, Technologies, Policies, and the Future of Elderly Care in the Context of SDGs. Okay. Description of the book. Digital Aging for SD, Technologies, Policies, and the Future of Elderly Care in the Context of SDGs offers an in-depth examination of the impact of digital advancements on senior care in relation to the United Nations SDGs. This edited volume examines the convergence of aging populations, technological innovations, and socio-economic policy in both developed and developing countries. The book analyzes the opportunities and problems presented by emerging technologies, including AI, telemedicine, wearable health devices, blockchain, and smart home solutions using a combination of sociological theory, empirical research, and multidisciplinary case studies. It evaluates how these technologies might either mitigate or intensify socio-economic inequalities in aged care, providing insights toward sustainable and inclusive digital care systems. The two-volume collection presents theoretical frameworks and practical applications, equipping policymakers, researchers, and practitioners with innovative analysis and implementable solutions to enhance sustainable aged care. So these are the different topics, theoretical and political perspectives, volume 1. So overview of aging in a digital world, understanding socio-economic disparities in digital elderly care, SDG 10, AI and public health, aligning digital elderly care with SDG 3, AI and robotics, enhancing elderly care, legal and ethical challenges in AI-driven elderly care, smart homes and assistive technology creating age-friendly living spaces, digital inclusion for elderly workforce participation SDG 8, blockchain in elderly care ensuring data security and access, virtual communities for social support and combating loneliness, engaging aging populations in environmental sustainability and skill transfer. That's okay. Role of virtual and augmented reality in elderly education and well-being. Policy innovations for a global digital care system is SDG 17, care system ecosystem. AI enhanced mental health support for the elderly. Volume 2, practical innovations and technological applications. AI and robotics revolutionizing elderly healthcare delivery, smart homes and assistive technologies for independent living, voice activated technologies for accessibility and well-being, gamification and VR AR for elderly cognitive and physical health, social media and online communities combating loneliness in older adults, okay. AI and big data for public health surveillance in aging population, AI powered financial tools for aging population, gamification in elderly rehabilitation and physical health, 5G enabled healthcare, the future of connected elderly care, AI assisted transportation and mobility solutions for the elderly, adaptive learning technologies for senior citizens in developing nation, challenges and opportunities, engaging aging population in skill transfer and environmental sustenance, entrepreneurship in the digital economy, shaping the future of elderly care. So you have almost 4 editors for this book. So you can go through who they are. One is from Amity, Lucknow. You have one from South Africa, Northwest University, Gurgaon University. Okay. So the abstract submission is 17th April. And you have the acceptance. So once it is accepted, once again, you are given 2 months. And yeah, you may be proceeding with the paper. Fine. You can take up the third brochure. Have you taken the third brochure? The third brochure is, the theme is climate crisis and changing population dynamics, emerging issues and sustainable solutions. So deadline for submission is 30th April. You have a mail ID to contact, more details to be found at. Okay. So this is by Springer Nature, Scopus again. Okay. So important dates, you have abstract, full paper, and acceptance. Submission email is given. They have also told you as to how you have to format your book chapter, title, author details, abstract, keywords, introduction, materials and methods, results, discussion, limitations and strengths, conclusion, acknowledgement, a disclosure statement, and references. So each article may be about 20 to 35 pages with roughly 6,000 to 9,000 words. So always when they say 100 to 250 for abstract and 6,000 to 9,000 for the whole of the paper, always choose the lower range, the lower limit. 150 words for abstract and 6,000 words for the the full length paper. Okay. Now the key themes, the nexus of climate change and population dynamics, that is section 1. Recent population trends and climate change, impact of climate extremes on mortality and morbidity, a global overview, climate variability and migration and empirical analysis. Section 2, health and morbidity and climatic extremes. Health impacts of heat waves, mortality and morbidity trends, diffusion of diseases and flooding, health risks in vulnerable populations, mental health implications of climate disasters, stress, trauma, and recovery. Mortality, section 3 is mortality in the context of climate extremes. Climate-related mortality, statistical analysis and trends, extreme weather events and mortality, case study, drought and food security, malnutrition and mortality in affected regions. Section 4, migration patterns and climatic extremes, climate-induced displacement, case studies based on coastline change, climate crisis, flood and population displacement, evidence-based study, climatic drought and migration, an empirical study. Section 5, policy implications and future directions, climate change and humanitarian crisis and climate action, SDG 13, climate change, women and sustainable solutions, a way forward, predictive models for reducing migration, morbidity, and mortality under climate change scenarios, innovative policies for mitigating health impacts of climate extremes, sustainable development goals, and climate resilience, intersections and synergies. Benefits, publication fees is 0. Springer published to provide each corresponding author with one complimentary copy. And you can also see the editors. So one we have from Kharagpur, one from India, okay, Danton, and one from the UAE, United Arab Emirates. So out of these 3 brochures, you can choose any one. You can choose any one of your choice, which is very appealing to you, and just give it a try. Just send an abstract for now. Okay. Once your abstract is selected and they ask you to proceed writing the full length paper, remember, for all the papers, you are given 60 days of time to work. 60 days. Okay. So even if you have all the pieces in the form of a collage, we can put it in a proper shape, proper format, and try mailing it to them. We will see if it works. Remember, when everything doesn't work, all that you tried don't really work, and if you're able to publish one book chapter, the confidence that you get it is voluminous, is enormous. So once you are done with one book chapter, you will know the trick of writing a paper and you will start writing. Okay? Yes? If you have any queries now, you can ask me. And in the case, we can meet tomorrow. And Janki ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am, just a request, ma'am. Tomorrow we will have the schedule between 11:30 to 12:30.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Fine, ma'am. Thank you.
There is a question in chat box, I think, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have a question for you.
Tell me, ma'am. Tell me, ma'am.
Ma'am, we got many brochures from for writing book chapters. So, on what basis we select one call? Means how do we select that for this book we have to write the book chapters like that? Is there any parameter or something to be observed that what are the basis on which we can write chapter for this particular book?
Yes, ma'am. That's a very good question. I'll answer to it. The first thing that you need to look into for a book chapter is publisher. Okay. The first thing that you have to look into is publisher. Because recently I came across a book chapter. They promised saying that the book chapter will be published just in 1 month. For a book chapter to publish, it takes 6 months of time, or at least minimum 4 months. Minimum 4 months. Okay. So if they are saying that they can publish a book chapter in just 1 month, then you need to think. So the immediate question that I asked is, who is the publisher? They replied, ma'am, publisher, we are yet to decide. So I openly asked, will we have quality publishers like Taylor and Francis, Springer, Nature? Will it be Scopus indexed? Then the organizer, the editor, she came up with a reply. It is a local publisher. You will get an ISBN, which is of no use to me. Okay. So which means is, I don't say that ISBN is not quality, but our quality is like we always match with Scopus. You understand what I'm saying? So first foremost thing that you need to look for is the editor. I'm sorry, the publisher. Second is the editors who are involved. Who are the editors who are involved in this work? So if it is 2 editors, we saw even 4 editors now in the book chapter, that in the brochure that we discussed now. So who are they? Where are they from? You can check their genuineness. You can check their names on the website and also check their academic valor. Okay, their academic credentials. Are they really that brainy? Are the editors really good? That you can check. Okay, that is the second thing. Last thing that you can see is the last thing that you check is the theme. When you find a book chapter, if it has a good publisher, if it has a team of good editors, naturally the theme will also be an updated theme. Okay, because like all the brochures that I read now, they have sub areas related to AI, artificial intelligence. Yes, they have areas connected to SDG. We have one brochure where all the SDGs are almost covered. Yes, so your themes will be updated, up-to-date themes, sub areas. So that's how you decide a brochure. Okay. Can a literature scholar be able to send papers for these book chapters? I mean, is there a chance of literature scholar? You mean a PhD scholar, Ms. Rubina? Yes. Yes, you can send. You can send. See, scholars, PhD scholars, when you send a book chapter or a paper for a journal, your second author will be your guide. Okay, that's the procedure with all universities, all colleges. You cannot independently send papers or book chapters to any journals or any brochures. You're aware of it, right? Because if you're going to send it alone, it will turn out to be a big issue. So your second author will be your guide. So with your guidance, you're doing it. You can do it. What is the name of government websites? Your question is very vague, Ms. Nivedita. What do you ask for government websites? Any questions? Any more questions?
Ma'am, what you have told us about website, we can check there from plagiarism.
Plagiarism, you mean retraction watch?
Yes, ma'am.
See, retraction watch, it is actually run by a person called Ivan Orenske. I can type it for you. Ivan Orenske. So, just like NASA, these people, they form a team and they come from Reuters Health. Okay. And they are doing this job. As a team, they are doing, and they are recognized. They are internationally recognized, and they are given license on doing all these things. Okay. So the main, if you take the mission of this organization, or the, what should I say, the aim of Retraction Watch is to promote transparency, keep everything honest, be very frank, and also to promote integrity in journals, especially the scientific publishing when it comes to scientific publishing, and also to disseminate, to remove, to spread the best practices. Best practices is naturally you remove all this plagiarism content and you increase the efficiency in your journals. That is their major motto. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, one question is there from me, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, ma'am.
May I?
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, what could be very relevant topics on which a literary person can write paper?
What could be relevant is, it all depends on your interest, ma'am. What are you interested on? So literature is an ocean. If you ask questions like this, what should I answer? It's an ocean, as we all know.
Ma'am, actually, I am quite interested in the field of poetry.
Okay. Okay. Which poet is your area of specialization now?
Ma'am, I haven't any specialization yet,
Mm.
but I am trying to do.
Okay. So first you taper down, you narrow down your topic and come up with a topic. Maybe I can guide you. You can even mail me. So once you
Thank you,
decide
ma'am.
that this is my area, this is my poet, we will see what more you can explore there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Can I share a brochure of the call for book chapter with you?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay, it's about like the book title is Breaking Boundaries, Gender and Feminism in the Global Context. And there is no mention name of the editor, sorry, the publisher.
Hmm.
And the editors are Bansari Kumar and Ukal Patovari.
You
And
have a mail ID, right, to communicate?
yeah, ma'am. But
You
it's
mail
for
them
the
and ask.
submission.
Sorry?
It's for the submission only.
No. You mail them and ask who the publisher is. You say
Okay.
like you are very much interested in
And
drafting a book chapter for them. You're
yeah,
you're very much like enticed towards the title that they have given. But it would be nice if you tell me who the publisher is to proceed further for further action.
okay,
You
ma'am.
mail them.
And- Okay, ma'am. And the publication fees is like 900. And also the word limit is very like 1500 to 2500.
No, you first confirm the publisher. Don't send any abstract.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Ma'am, I have a question. I typed in chat box, madam.
Oh, sorry, sir. You've done a paper on immigration.
Yes, madam, the paper.
Okay. So did you take content from AI?
Not a madam.
Hmm.
Just a few phrases I collected, madam.
Okay, you took from ChatGPT, right?
Yes, madam.
So those paragraphs, those portions, you have to definitely check so that the 40% it comes to 3% or less than 10%. So if you ask me what could be my step to reduce, say when you go in for ChatGPT, you can collect information. That's all. You cannot copy information. You can collect
Not
information,
copy,
but you
madam.
cannot find it. So even in that case, the whole structure and the way you edit has to be changed because softwares are very sensitive and they easily like openly say that you have done it. So we cannot talk back. We cannot go against to what the report is. The report is a report, and that's what many people trust. That's the only source that is genuine, and that's what is going to speak at the end of the day. So if you have done anything, you have to definitely work on it. So if you ask me what way you have to work, I can say like we can just collect information. We cannot reproduce anything in your paper. So when you reproduce the software, it highlights everything. It's an open torch. Okay, it says like this is the portion that you have done. So you can edit by by maybe changing the whole of the structure, taking the content and putting all the information in your own words. That is the only way out. Anything else? Thank you so much. Tomorrow we will have the session between 11:30 and 12:30 as stated to Ms. Janki madam. Thank you so much.